Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Any,
Okay, can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, last time we discussed about SAP ERP system. Are you clear about that? So today I'm going to
Yes, yes.
so we'll discuss about deployment
Just
options.
I'm asking one thing that one, one second. I'm just asking something that this PDF can you share me for I want to read something. That's it.
Sure, I will share you today.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So we have three deployment options in SAP S4 HANA. One is the cloud deployment, where the cloud computing applications, right? AWS, Azure, Microsoft Azure, or Google cloud platform GCP. All these are cloud computing applications. Instead of a physical server, we can install SAP S4 HANA on these cloud applications directly, and we can run the solutions. So this is the topest priority deployment option. Next is the on-premise option. On-premise means, well, like we will buy physical servers, like big physical servers with huge data capacity, and we will install SAP S4 HANA in these servers, like the core database server and the application layer. And then this system, I mean, this software which is installed in these servers will be connected to the end users systems, which is the presentation layer. This is on-premise option. So we have another option which is called hybrid. Like we can install the solution in cloud. Some modules in cloud you can install, and some modules you can run on-premise. Like that also you can. In some companies they use both. They have the solution in the physical server, and then they also have the same solution deployed in the cloud. So like that we have three options for deployment. So cloud, on-premise, and hybrid. So as I am telling about deployment, how do we install the software? What is the process I'm going to tell you? Then we will discuss about the MM part. So in SAP we have three types of projects. First is the implementation project, and this implementation project has five phases. This is the old implementation strategy. I will share you the newest implementation strategy later, that is called Run, SAP Run. This is the old SAP strategy. I'll explain you about this implementation strategy later. So the next type of project is the SAP support project. And then the third one is the SAP rollout project. And fourth one is SAP upgradation project. So in implementation project, we install the system, we install the SAP S4 HANA solution into the client's production system. It is a fresh implementation or a fresh installation project. Okay, support project means somebody has implemented the project, and now their contract is ended, and then the new partner has entered into the business. So they will give the support project to the new partner. Sometimes the existing partner only will take support project. What is annual maintenance contract? So when you're implementing SAP to a partner, for example, there is Dr. Reddy's and a TCS. TCS is the implementation partner, and Dr. Reddy's is the client. Okay, so TCS will implement SAP solution to Dr. Reddy's, and then they will support the solution for 1 year. After that, the contract gets expired. They have to renew the contract. They have to pay renewal license to SAP. I'll tell you about licenses part later. So the implementation partner, whoever it is there, TCS is there, they will take license from SAP, and then they will give these licenses to Dr. Reddy's. Okay, so Dr. Reddy has to pay annual maintenance charge for SAP for license renewal. Also, he has to pay annual maintenance fees to the partner, whoever he is maintaining it. So when they enter after the implementation project, we will enter the support phase. So when they're entering the support phase, one second. When the client end project is, so let's say Asian Paints has business all over the world. In Germany and USA, they have a solution, SAP S4 HANA solution. Same solution they want to install in Indian branches also. So if you are copying same solution and implementing the same solution in another part of the business, then that is called rollout project. And also sometimes nowadays everybody are upgrading to ECC to S4 HANA. So same business, they have a S4 HANA solution in USA. In India, they have a ECC solution. They have to upgrade or they have to change the entire solution. So this is called rollout project. Same solution we are copying and installing in the another part of business or region. And upgradation project is from ECC. If they are upgrading to S4 HANA, then that is called upgradation project. So this upgradation project has an entire new strategy. So there's something called data migration techniques. So we will discuss about those migration techniques, how the upgradation project goes. All that we will discuss. Nowadays, most of the businesses they are upgrading from SAP ECC to S4 HANA because ECC support is going to end soon by 2027 end. They're going to stop ECC. There will be only S4 HANA. So, a lot of upgradation projects are going on in the market. So, these are the project types: implementation project, support project, rollout project, upgradation project. So, how do we implement? What is the implementation process? First of all, there is a client called Dr. Reddy's. He is the client, and he is a pharmaceutical company. This is an enterprise. This is a pharmaceutical manufacturing enterprise. So this company is already running on a system. They wanted SAP S4 HANA system. So they will approach to certain business partners in the industry. Let's say TCS has closed this project for certain price. So they are SAP implementation partners. They have support from SAP. Anybody who wants to implement a SAP solution, they cannot implement that solution directly from SAP. This is called channel partner network. So directly they cannot install any or they cannot buy SAP licenses directly from SAP. Somebody has to be there in middle. So those mediating partners are called channel partners or implementation partners. So we have to either buy licenses from the implementation partner or we have to get that solution implemented. Some companies they will have in-house team, they will have their own SAP team. They just need SAP license, so they will approach some implementation partner and they will buy license. So this is the process. So SAP TCS is the implementation partner and Dr. Reddy's is the client. So we have two types of projects, as I explained: big bang projects and phase-wise projects. Big bang projects are huge projects. Like there, we will be implementing the project at a single go. We don't have phases. So most of the in this industry, 90% of the projects they go with phase-wise projects. So we have different phases. I'll explain you about the phases in the projects in the coming uh, coming slides. So this is how the implementation process goes. So TCS will implement the SAP S4 HANA solution to Dr. Reddy's. So how they will implement? So business heads from the TCS they will go to Dr. Reddy's and they will study. They will have a meeting with. I mean, I will tell you the phases later. So basically, we will study the business of Dr. Reddy's and then their business heads will interact with our TCS business heads. We will discuss what solution we are going to apply. That solution, Dr. Reddy's will approve. Only then we will start the implementation. So this is the process. So this is old methodology, but if you understand this, you will understand the new methodology. So I'll tell you what is that later, new methodology. So old methodology is like that. We it would have five phases. First phase is the project preparation, where we do the initial analysis of the project. Next, we will do the documentation of the project, which is called blueprint phase. After this blueprint phase, we will do the sign off, and then we will do the realization. In realization, actual implementation process will be done. The configurations, everything will be done in the realization phase. Next will be the final preparation. Here we test the solution, whatever we deployed. After testing, the client has to approve the test results. Then we will uh, migrate whatever solution we have developed. That solution we will migrate to the production servers, and then we will run the solution for certain time, and we will see in the production. Of course, when we are deploying a solution in production, obviously we will get some production issues. So initial production issues and user training will be there, so those kind of issues we have to support. After the solution is stable, then we will enter into the support phase, where regular or interval, not serious but medium support tickets will be coming, and we consultants we will work on the support tickets. So this is how it goes. I will tell you about support tickets later. So we have three types of support tickets: P1, P2, P3, that we will discuss later. Okay, so in this business, we have three types of users: end users, also from the sales side, whoever is entering the sales orders, or anybody who is an accountant. Sometimes we'll have accountants who will be entering daily transactions. All these are end users from the client side. They will enter data. They don't know SAP, but then they only know how to enter data. This is kind of a data entry job where they enter data into the system, and when asked, they will retrieve data. They will get data from the system. So they only have two types of you know um, roles and responsibilities. Super users are um, they're the business owners. Like if I in our example, we have Dr. Reddy's, right? So in Dr. Reddy's, I told you, like the business heads, whoever represent doctorates, they will have super user license. Like they have access to everything, all the modules, all the backend system, front end system, licenses part. There is something called SAP partner portal. I will show you that today. So they have access to all that. They have something called S user ID. So with S user ID, they have all the details. They can contact with SAP, also solutions, everything they have access. Next is the SAP consultants. SAP consultants are we are the SAP consultants. So whenever um, we have to do the implementation, deployment, also ongoing support issues, we will be dealing with. So we will see what kind of so we will see what kind of roles and responsibilities we will deal with. So these are the job roles you can apply for: SAP MM support consultant, SAP implementation MM implementation consultant, and users. Usually we will be consultants, implementation support consultants only. Very if you're uh, opting for end user kind of roles, first thing, the salary package will be low. Second thing is the you don't have the exposure to control the SAP in the 360 degrees cycle. You just have one job, like feeding data or retrieving data. That's it. So let's talk about the support activities or regular day-to-day activities of SAP consultant, SAP SDMM, whatever consultant he is. So first thing is, like, we will have to attend regular ongoing support issues. So in support issues, we have three types of support issues: P1, P2, P3. P1 is production incidents. Like these are serious production incidents. They are called showstoppers. So if there is a P1 issue, definitely it has to be resolved within 2 hours, and top level management will be monitoring these kind of issues. P2 are medium range issues. And then the ETA, the estimated time for this will be around 12 hours to 24 hours issue is arise. P3 are low priority issues. So basically, throughout the industry, they follow this P1, P2, P3 only. Wherever you go, whatever industry, wherever, whatever business, I mean, whatever company you're working in, I mean, the application will be different. We will be using different ticketing tools. Earlier, we used to use Remedy, but now Remedy is out of date. We are using Jira. Some companies they use this. Um, One second, I forgot what is it. I'll tell you the support tickets and I mean the support applications and all. So mostly they will be using Jira, and then there are certain other applications also. So we will get the support tickets from these applications. And then P1, P2, P3. P3 are low priority applications, sorry, low priority issues like uh, s- server issues or some kind of low priority issues. And the turnaround time for these low priority issues will be roughly from 3 days to 1 week. Mostly it will be 5 days, 3 to 5 days. In some companies, or depending on the issue, it can be 1 week also. So this is the timeline for support issues. So regularly we'll be getting these kind of issues. Sometimes when you're working on an implementation project, definitely we have to visit the client place, or at least we have to interact with the client user, I mean business heads, and we have to gather the information. We as MM consultants, we will be gathering procurement and purchasing side information. And then we have, once we gather the information, we will document it. We have to map these requirements into SAP. We sometimes we have to prepare enhancement documents and change request documents. And if the project is in realization phase, we'll have to do the UAT, user acceptance testing. um, we have to give them training, and then once they accept, then the training will be completed. Sometimes we have to train the business owners, and then the high level business people also. And then mostly when we are training, we have to of course create training documents. Apart from this, we'll be participating in gap analysis, scoping documents, preparing blueprints, and once in a while, or sometimes we have to collaborate with technical team. If there is a technical enhancement, you have to collaborate with technical team and then bring out a solution. Also in some scenarios, we have to document functional documents, and then technical team they will create their technical document. From our side it is called FST, functional specification document. Technical people, they have their documents which are technical specification documents. When there is a change request, we will create these documents. So we will come back to, I mean, we will discuss all this later again. Once we complete our training, I'll walk you through all the real-time scenarios, what kind of documents we have, what we do, all those we will discuss. So these are some kind of day-to-day activities a MM consultant will be doing. Mostly mostly we'll be handling the support issues, either implementation project P1, P2, P3 issues, or we'll have to participate in the documentation. So these are the daily activities we'll be doing. Apart from this, based on the industry you're working, based on the project you are working, there will be weekly client meetings, status meetings. We have to prepare the um, team performance takes, all those based on your whatever company you're working in. So so these are some of the activities phase wise. In the first phase, project preparation, these are the activities which we have. This is anyway outdated. I'll tell you about the latest updated strategy later. So basically in the old strategy, this is called accelerated SAP methodology. Here we have 5 phases: project preparation, business blueprint, realization, final preparation, go live. This is these are the 5 phases. In the new methodology, we have some more or less the same, similar kind of phases, but then the names and the operation style is different. It's changed. So coming to gap analysis, so coming to testing, um, we have five types of testing. Mostly we'll be doing the development or unit testing, and then we have five types of testings. First is the development unit testing. This will be done by the developer or the technical consultants. Security testing. This will be done by the SAP security or basis consultants. They will do testing. We as functional consultants, we participate in integration testing or the UAT, user acceptance testing. So whatever configuration you're doing, that configuration has to be tested by you, and then the user has to test that same, and then he will give a users will give you a sign off. They will document saying that this testing is accepted and we are able to test. Only then this testing will be recorded, and then we'll proceeding with the documentation. And then integration testing, if there is any integration between any integration with SAP and external systems, or SAP to MM, MM to SD, MM to PP, MM to HR, or any other external existing model, or any external system from SAP to Oracle, then there will be integration testing. So we will have to test with multiple environments. So this is mostly will be participating in integration testing and UAT, user acceptance testing. There's something called regression testing. Regression testing is also possible. Some based on the industry you work in, or based on the business business scenario. Sometimes we have to do regression testing also. Regression testing involves in creating repeated data to test technical and then other functional module consultants. They will test the data what we create. So during the implementation phase, if there are any gaps in the system, we will identify those gaps. So in this we will come back to this gap analysis later again. Once we complete all the important core topics, we will discuss about this gap analysis later. But for your idea, I'm just telling you there is something called RISEF. RISEF means workflows. If there are any workflows, we'll document those workflows. I'll tell you what is workflows later. And then reports. If there are any new, by default, SAP gives us mostly all the standard reports SAP will give. If the client requires any report which is out of standard or any customized report, then only we will identify that requirement and we will create those reports. First we have to document that those reports in the gap analysis. Then after the client approval, after the business approval, we will create those reports. ABAP consultants, they will create the reports, we will test the reports. Okay, if there are any external interfaces required, I will tell you about interfaces later. So if there are any customization in iDocs or new iDocs are required, only any new interfaces are required, then we will identify that and we will document in the gap analysis document. Conversions, if there are any system conversions, we will identify that. If there are any new enhancement is something, a new development or a new configuration which is out of the standard configuration. So for example, if there is one SAP um, purchase order is there, all the standard fields are there, but the client needs a new field in the purchase order. So we need to create a new purchase order, like the due document type will the document type itself will be new, and then in this new document type we will insert a new field. So these kind of requirements will arise, and those are called enhancements. So if there are any kind of user exits or enhancements, we will then we will create smart forms. If there are any smart forms required, I'll tell you what are smart forms later. So if those are there, then we will document that. We will prepare a gap analysis document. We will get this gap analysis document signed off from the client and also from the business. Only then we will start working on this. The all these uh, elements which fall under RISEF, these are not standard items. I mean, these are not standard elements. These are something which does not, uh, which SAP does not give. So these are something that SAP doesn't give or offer us. Okay, so see, this is how the implementation process goes on. We will again talk about this because this strategy, what I told you, is an old strategy. The new strategy is called Accelerate SAP. Sorry, Activate SAP. Activate methodology has different phases that we will talk about. I'll show you that later. So once we reach to certain point, I'll share you these notes. You can go through this and then every any it has all the configurations whatever you need. Uh, anyway, I'll tell you about the Activate methodology later. Just for an idea, I will show you the. I mean, the slide is missing somewhere. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, I can see.
So earlier, as I told you, this is the old methodology. Here we have project preparation, blueprint, realization, final preparation, go live, and support phases. Right here in SAP Activate methodology, this is only for S4 HANA. So in this Activate methodology, the phases are different. We have discover phase, preparation phase, explore phase, realize phase, deploy phase, and run phase. So difference between this Activate methodology and the old methodology is old methodology has more complex processes and unnecessary processes. A lot of unnecessary activities are there, as you can see here. In the project preparation itself, we have these many unwanted activities as is to be still there, we do it in the Activate also, but then the process is different. Here the only difference is SAP has come up with something called best practices, best run practices, like all whatever the business needs, SAP has given predefined templates for it. So we will be deploying solution on a predefined template basis. So whatever the business needs, it already has in the system. We don't have to develop everything based on the industry. If it is a manufacturing industry, S4 HANA has a predefined solution for manufacturing, be it pharma, be it metal, chemical, any kind of industry, e-commerce, whatever the industry it is. We have predefined solutions. We have predefined best practices. Using those templates, we'll be deploying the solution more faster than the previous methodology. Okay, so it takes around 1 year for deploying a solution using this methodology. But now in S4 HANA, based on the industry size and the solution size, we can deploy solution as fast as within 1 month. If it is a clean solution, if the enterprise is having a clean business, we can deploy it in as fast as in 1 month. And 3 months, 6 months, based on the industry size, based on the business complications, we can deploy it faster than ECC. So that is the difference between the Activate methodology and the old methodology. However, there are again predefined, sub steps in this. So we will discuss about this later. So the complete approach is different. The approach of ASAP methodology and the Activate methodology is completely different. So we will discuss about that later when we come to that topic. So there is a topic called deployment. After we complete all the core topics, I will explain you about this deployment. We on the I mean yeah, we will discuss about this later. when we come to that topic. Now coming to the implementation, sorry, one second. So coming to the SAP MM part, uh, yeah. So coming to the MM part, material management. So this is an important module. This is one of the core modules for any business. Some businesses can exclude some modules. Some businesses, if it is a service-based industry, it doesn't have PP, it doesn't have any production. So they don't. They might, you know, they don't have to implement PP module. Some businesses they don't have QM module, and there are so many modules. Everybody doesn't need all the modules, but there are some core modules: finance, purchase, sales. These are core modules in SAP which some, any business cannot exclude. MM is a common module. Any, be it a service industry, be it a e-commerce, be it pharma, be it dairy or FMCG, any kind of industry, they have PPMM as the FICO modules. So this is one of the core modules and important modules which is necessary for any business to run. Okay, so likewise we have certain sub modules which are called components of SAP MM. Uh, those components are MM material planning. Material planning, purchasing is a subcomponent, inventory management is a subcomponent, vendor valuation is a subcomponent, invoice verification, and statutory requirement information system. These are all the submodules which we have in MM module. So under an SAP MM module, these are all the important business parts or subcomponents or key components. Under these material planning, we will have material master data and so on. Under purchasing, we will have all the key P2P documentation processes. Likewise, we have for each submodule or each sub component, we will have again the processes. So those I will explain you today. Before that, you have to understand why a business needs an MM module. So this is the no y- yeah, this is just an overview or eagle eye view of a business end to end SAP flow. Okay, we have a customer who has ordered something. So that customer has ordered, for example, 10 cars he has ordered. Before delivering to the customer, we have to make sure if we have those 10 cars or not. So that order goes to purchase, production department. They will do the production and planning. If they have to do production, they need raw material. So then that request will come to the MM procurement side. We will procure the raw material, we will procure the semi-finished goods, we will procure whatever, subcontracting, whatever external items are required, all those, I mean, whatever goods are required to create one finished goods, those raw materials, semi-finished goods, we will procure, and we will send it to the production, and that goes to the production. Then the production will go on. Once production is completed, we will do quality inspection. Then again it comes to the sales. We will have to do the delivery and billing part will be done by the MM consultant. Procurement will be done by the, I'm sorry, sales order, delivery and billing will be dealt by the SD consultant. Procurement will be dealt by the MM consultant. Planning and production will be done by the PP consultant. Okay, so this is just an example flow of how industry, in real time industry goes in. Uh, this is end-to-end SAP flow. Again, we have sales order, ATP check, trigger MRP. So I'll explain you what is this ATP MRP later. ATP stands for available to promise. MRP stands for material requirement planning. Then it will come to the planning department where BOM BOM refers to bill of materials. Bill of materials means whatever materials are required for producing one final product, all those materials will be listed. So that is called BOM bomb. Then it comes to the procurement. We will, you know, create a purchase order, send it to the vendor. Vendor will send goods to us. Goods will be received by us. We will again do the quality check. Once it is qualified, we will send it to the production again. Then they will do the manufacturing. Then they will do inspection. Then they will send it to the delivery, and then material will be issued. Post goods issue, delivery, billing, revenue. All this will be dealt by the SD consultants. Also, in this, FI is also integrated. If you see, any throughout the process, FI is also there. Billing, revenue, here PP, custom, everything. So these MM, SD, PP, FI modules are correlated and interconnected. So when it comes to procurement, these are the these are the operations which we do in the system. First of all, I'll show you what are the operations we'll be doing as a MM consultant. You can see here material availability check will be carried whenever we receive a sales order. MM consultant will check for the material availability. If the stock is available in the warehouse, very good. We will send it to the customer. If stock is not available, then we will raise a purchase order to the vendor. Vendor will send material. Next, he will send invoice. Invoice will be sent to the FI consultants. They will do the vendor payment, accounts payable. If you see here, finance controlling accounts payable. Then once the material received, we will send it to the production. Here, production order will be released. They will do the manufacturing. They will do QC. Once the production is completed, the production cost will be sent to the FI consultants. Then that material will be sent to the delivery, and then the transit, loading the material, send it to the customer, unloading the material, giving it to the customer, getting the payment from the customer. All these are dealt by the SD consultants. Here, sales order, shipment, receivables, cash receivables. So this is the overall flow of a business where SD, MM, PP, FI, everything is integrated. So as a MM consultant, what we have to do? So first, we will be handling, this is called P2B process. We will create a purchase requisition. Approver, we will, somebody has to approve the purchase requisition. Then we will create request for quotation, which is quotation. We will send it to multiple vendors. Then we will maintain quotations. We will evaluate quotations. We will finalize one quotation, create that quotation. Create that PO, purchase order in the system, then approve the purchase order. Then we will send it to the goods receipt or service entry. We will have these are called finance entries. Credit and debit. We will have debit transaction in the stock or expense. We will have credit transaction in the goods receipt or inventory receipt. Then it will be sent. The invoice will be cleared. The invoice will be sent to the verification. FI consultants will handle this verification. So this is how a P2P process goes on. Procure to pay. From the moment you raise a purchase order, or from the moment you procure a material till you pay to the vendor, all this process is called procure to pay. So this is the cycle of MM consultants. So this is the purchasing flow. So it starts with purchasing requisition. Next, we will select the vendor. Next, we will finalize the quotation. We will post purchase order. Next, we will notify vendor. Next, vendor will start the shipment. Next, once the material is received, we will post goods receipt. Then we will do the invoice receipt. We will send it to FI. FI will do the payment to vendor. So this is the process. Till now, are you clear?
Yes, yes.
So in order to implement this purchase P2P flow in SAP, we have to start with something called enterprise structure. So I'll explain you about this enterprise structure now. So there's something called enterprise structure in the SAP. Before creating any purchase documents or sales documents or FI documents, we have to create that enterprise structure in the system. This enterprise structure is the exact blueprint of the business, whatever we are, wherever we are implementing SAP. For example, if TCS is implementing SAP solution to Dr. Reddy's, so we have to create an exact blueprint of the Dr. Reddy's business, and then that business will be replicated in SAP S4 HANA, so SAP system. So this is just an example. It is not compulsory that enterprise structure should be like this only. Enterprise structure means this enterprise structure will represent the actual physical business process flow. For example, in our is FMCG and other one is hospitals. So we will create three subsystems in one company. Company is the master Dr. Reddy's client. So under this client, we have three business models. One is manufacturing, another one is hospitals, another one is FMCG, which are FMCG means um, consumer goods and fast moving consumer goods like shampoos and all. We have Apollo, right? Apollo doesn't only have hospitals; they also have pharmaceutical. They produce their own medicines. Also, they have their own FMCG products. Apollo has soaps, shampoos, child care products. Also, now they are into this fashion industry also. So, likewise, whatever business lines an enterprise has, those will be created as company codes. So, this company code again will represent this is SD flow, sales org, distribution channel, sales office, sales group. This is SD consultants flow. Our flow comes like our flow starts from plant. This is manufacturing plant. Under manufacturing plant, we will have storage locations, we will have warehouses, we will have shipping points. So this is just an example of the real business of Dr. Reddy's. So likewise, every business will have its own business flow. That business flow we have to create in SAP as enterprise structure. So this is the structure which will replicate the actual business flow. Okay. So now we will discuss about the enterprise structure elements. So before showing this, I will show you. I'll introduce to SAP system first of all. Then we will talk about that. This is called remote desktop connection through which we will connect to a virtual server which is present somewhere. Okay, if you can see my screen, this is called SAP logon. This is the launch pad. So this logon will have all the SAP environments and solutions. Right now we have only SAP S4 HANA solution. In real time, you will have different environments, different all the systems, all the environments will be there in the SAP logon. This is like a launch pad. Like if you think about helicopter launch pad, so helicopter aircraft launch pad will have different all the different. One second. So aircraft launch pad will carry different helicopters, different aeroplanes, right? So similarly, this launchpad can handle different systems, not only S4. It can handle external SAP solutions also. Sometimes we have environment. I have not discussed about environment. I'll tell you about SAP landscape next class. So in landscape we have different environments. All those environments will be handled in one single platform, which is called SAP Logon. This is how an SAP S4 HANA system looks like. So client, I'll tell you what is client tomorrow. So under this client, we have username and password. We have to enter username and password. So this is how an SAP S4 HANA solution looks like. So this um, system will be different in different systems because I'm using standard SAP skin. They can change the theme, but then these options will be different. This is some, I mean, theme is something like mobile wallpaper. Everybody has their own wallpaper, right? Likewise. So this is SAP standard theme. In this theme we have different options. I am going to explain you those options now. So in this is the main menu where you have the master options. This is the sub main menu which you have different tools and all, right? This can also call as, we can also refer this as toolbar. In some screens they you will see three um menus: main menu, sub menu, and then toolbar. Under here, this you can see SAP logo, right? Left side you will have status. If you are posting something, you will see status. This is called status bar. And right side, you we have different options. One second. So in these options, we have system. This system refers to whatever client you are connected to. System and client are same. User. This is the user I have logged in. Every screen has a program. I'll explain you about program transactions later. Transaction is a code. Every screen in SAP has a transaction code. So we will discuss about transaction code in the later, in going forward classes. So, and this is the actual SAP menu. In this SAP menu, we have different modules. In our case, our module is in logistics. You have procurement, material management. Under material management, all these are sub modules: purchasing, inventory management, logistics, invoice verification, physical inventory, valuation, material requirement planning, returnable package logistics. All these are sub modules which fall under MM. Again, under purchasing, you have different operations. These are sub modules. Purchase orders, these are actually the documents. Purchase order is a document. Purchasing request is a document. Outline agreement, RFQ, master data, all these. Under inventory, again, we have different operations. So, like this is how MM module looks like. Under ST, this is another module, SAP ST module. We have master data operations here. These are all the sub modules of a ST module. Under sales, like this we have different, every module has its own central components. Under central components, again, we have sub components, and under sub components we'll have other sub components. Like this, SAP S4 HANA is designed. In the real time environment, you don't see these many screens because this is a test system. So all the modules are there. Plant maintenance, customer service, quality management, logistics controlling, global trade management, settlement management. These are all different modules. In the real time environment, we don't see these many modules. Also, cross components. These this is something to do with the FI. This is the backend operations admin. The security consultants, they will work on this. Cross module components. These cross module components, again, they have multi functional capabilities. Like not only technical consultants, even we functional consultants also work on this cross application components. This module is only available in S4 HANA. ECC doesn't have this module. It will have different capabilities like Fiori. Again, creating master data, all this we will do it in this. Under logistics, as I told you, we have MMST, PPFI, all those modules. Again, HR has a different module. All the HR activities will be dealt here in the human resources. And this is again for reporting information systems, service and tools. These will be dealt by the FI and the ABAP and basis consultants, security consultants. So this is how the SAP looks like. And then I'm telling you about T codes, right? This is called command bar. So in this we will enter transaction codes, T codes. So there's something called ME21, and this is a standard T code for creating a purchase order. Okay. So this screen, purchase order screen, you can navigate from SAP main screen also. We have to enter slash and refers to main menu. Here, if you go to logistics, go to material management, go to purchasing, go to purchase order, you can create a purchase order like this, ME21N. This is the path for creating purchase order. Instead of clicking all these screens, directly you can click with one transaction code. Uh, you can, you know, go to purchase order like this also. So this is the use of transaction codes. Every screen in SAP has a transaction code. So instead of navigating through, from all, simply you can type in the transaction code and then you can go to that particular screen. So this is how transaction code works like. In we have lot of transaction codes. I have a document. I think last time when I showed you, I was showing the documentation part. Sorry, did I haven't I showed you that? So anyway, I have a document which has all the T codes of So you can refer to that document later. Once we reach to certain point, I'll share you that document also. So all those screens which SAP consultant has to maintain, we will have T codes for all the screens, and you can maintain those T codes. Sorry, you can use those three codes. uh, 1 second. I'll send you the T code anyway later. Right now we don't need that. So I'll show you the T code document. It has all the T codes, all the transaction codes which are used in Okay, so this is how this is how module looks like. So in the main menu, there is something called favorites. Yeah, I'll walk you through these options. Main menu. In main menu, we have user menu, SAP menu, business workplace. This is used for creating workflows, for creating inboxes, outboxes. I will tell you about this later. Workspace. This is actually handled for workflows. And then roles. This is handled by the basis consultants. So the use of the screen role maintenance is, if I am there, my user ID is this one. My user ID is S23 ST02. If I forget my password, I can come to this role maintenance and then give that role and create password or create a new role like that. It is actually maintained by the basis consultants. Basis means admin module. And then in edit we have execute new window shortcut. I'm going to explain you about favorites right now. Okay, so you can monitor. I mean, you can use favorites like this. If you want to create, if you every day regularly you are using one transaction code, you don't want to type in T code, or you don't want to go to logistics and all this path and click it. You want to see that T code in the main menu itself. So in that case, we will create a favorite. Click on favorites, insert T code ME21 and click tick mark. So that T code will be pinned here. This is something like we have pinned messages in WhatsApp, right? This is something like that. Likewise, you can create any number of T codes or any number of screens here in the favorites, and click on if you click on another transaction, VA20, VA01, this is for sales order. See, VA01 create sales order is there. Like that, we can pin certain transactions, and then we, instead of going to the part, we can just directly go to the favorites and click those. So this is the use of favorites. In extras, we have different setting scenario setting options. For example, here you are seeing the T codes, right? ME21 and VA0. And if you don't want this, then we go to settings. Here we will take off this display technical names and click on this. See, you don't see the T codes anymore. So likewise, different options are there. You can maintain those options in system using this system options will be different again for different screens. So here you can export data, you can do certain admin operations, we can run background jobs, and also you can turn off the system. If we click on status, you can see the complete system background information. If you see here, um, client, it is here, it is seeing showing the user details, when I logged in, what is the system time, all this the system zone. Here in SAP data, you can see the version of SAP product version. If you click here, this shows the SAP release. This is the release number, and this is the actual version of SAP S/4HANA. Whatever components are installed in this system, all those will be displayed here. Also, these are the release versions. Installed product version, you can see here SAP IBP is there. This is a standard demo system, so these many modules are there. In your production system, you don't see these many modules. So coming to the release or version, uh, if somebody asks you what is the SAP version, then you can come here and then you can tell S4 HANA Foundation 2023. The version is SAP S4 HANA Foundation 2023. This is the current version which is there in this system. For Fiori, for IBP, for other modules, GRC module also, version is there. It is different. For ABAP, it is ABAP Platform 2023. For GRC, it is 12 like this. If you have to see the background system, I mean the database, you can see the database is HDB HANA database, and this is the release version. If it is an ECC system, you don't see this HD or Microsoft SQL Server like that. The database will be there because we are handling S4 HANA system. You see the SAP's S4 HANA system. HDB refers to HANA database, and then this database again, it has a capacity. This is the server details. It is a Linux server, and then the machine is 32-bit machine. Again, the speed of the server, all those will be there. This is the release version of this current database. So these are the system details. If you go to help again, if you in the help, we have settings, we have SAP portal. Whenever you are stuck with something, you can go to SAP help and then check the SAP portal. Then SAP support. One second. I was saying, yeah, we have support portal, SAP help portal, support portal is also there. Here, this portal is mostly not useful for us. I'll show you one more portal later. Okay, this is a personalization option where you can maintain system screen, or I mean the system theme. You can maintain all these GUI activities. You can maintain here. So there's something called This is for generating short. We have favorites here. You can create shortcuts here in the home screen. We can create shortcuts. So in SAP, you can create new windows. Right now, we have only one window. Uh, you can create up to maximum 6 windows in SAP. The shortcut for creating a new window is slash O, and then if you click on this, click on create, it will create a new window like this. Okay, this is page up, down, and all. This is search button options. At any point, if you want to print that screen, you can click this and then print that screen. So this is the overall introduction of SAP S4 HANA home screen. So later, when we go into different screens, I'll be explaining about all those. So I was saying, yeah. So we have two portals. One is SAP Partner Portal. Obviously, you won't have access to this because this is for business partners. So this portal will have all the SAP release strategy, all the SAP products, all the SAP new releases, documentations, everything a super user needs, press releases, everything will be maintained in this partner portal. Whoever is buying SAP license, they will have this partner portal. I have a partner portal, but I cannot open this. Those credentials are there in another system. Uh, One more is the SAP Learning portal. I recommend you to create a login ID. This is free. This doesn't need anything. Okay, 1 second. This is auto logged in. So this is the learning portal from SAP. This has so many free modules. Right now, AI buzz is going on. It has so many AI modules, SD, MM, and other modules. They are chargeable. Certifications are chargeable, but free courses are there. So many free courses are there. You can, learn a lot of courses here. And then once you learn those courses, you can also apply for batches. Those batches you can post in LinkedIn, and then that will enhance your LinkedIn profile. Free courses are, you can do a lot of free courses are there. Certification also, we will do it from the same window. If you click on certifications, certifications are paid. It's around $1,200 or something. These are all the certifications of SAP. One more website is there. I recommend you to um, create. uh, what is that? SAP. Yeah, this one, community.sap. So I recommend you to create a user ID in this. So this community, SAP community, will have lot of groups and all the newest technologies and also help center. Creating this is whenever you are stuck with something in the production, in the real time environment, or in when you're training, if you're stuck with something, you can create a screenshot. We can take a screenshot and post that in this portal. There will be lot of hundreds and lot of people are there in this community. So you will get response within minutes. So whatever solution it is, you can create. If you go to help center, or if you there are a lot of groups here. All the industry, whatever is going in SAP industry, we will get updates. I have oh, this is already logged in. I have already my login is there. This is free. It is not charged. You can create um, user ID here, and then whenever you're stuck with something, you can post that problem here, and you will get solutions. I'll show you. Hello, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm available.
So here you can see error in purchase order, right? Um,
Yes,
somebody
yes.
has somebody has a solution. Somebody has an error. He is saying he is facing some problem like this. Like this, if you explain what is a problem and post screenshots, there will be a lot of people who can guide you with. So like this, they will post comments, and then also some people will post links for SAP. This is very useful. Sometimes when you're stuck with something, you can even when I'm getting stuck with some production issue, if we don't find solution, we go here and then we will ask the experts. So I recommend you to create a login for this community.sap, and then here also SAP Learning Hub, that is free. You can do lot of AI modules are there in SAP right now. You can do those, create a portal, I mean create a user ID and then do those courses. You will get patches. Those patches you can put it in LinkedIn and create your, upgrade your profile. Yeah, so that's it for today. So tomorrow, as you have seen already, SAP, this is how SAP screen looks like. Tomorrow I'll introduce you to SPRO screen. This screen, in this screen we will do complete customization. All those uh, customization, whatever we were discussing till now, all those we will be doing in this SPRO screen. This is called SAP Implementation Guide, and SAP Project Reference Object. SPRO stands for SAP Project Reference Object, and this screen is called Implementation Guide. All customization, any module customization is done in this module only, in this screen only. And this is only super users and consultants will have access to this screen. End users will be handling SAP here. They don't have access to SPRO. They only post documents. They only post data in this screen. This is SAP Easy Access screen. This is SAP logon screen, which is used to connect to SAP. And that screen which I showed you, it is SAP SPRO screen, which is for implementation, reference IMG. Okay. So yeah, that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll explain you about what is enterprise structure. So as you've seen what is SAP. So in this SPRO screen, we will be creating all these elements: company code, plant data, storage location, warehouse, shipping point. All these we will. Yet I'll also explain you what are these elements tomorrow, and then we will proceed further. Okay, so this is. You have any sorry, you have any question? Any doubts till now? Anything has to be repeated? I will do that, or we'll meet tomorrow.
Hello.
Yeah. Do you have a clarity of why the enterprises with companies will implement SAP MM module?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So today we are going to start with a concept called enterprise structure. Let me know when you are able to see my screen.
Yeah, yeah, it's visible.
I have shared you the latest screen. Yesterday I was explaining you about the SAP Activate methodology, right? So this is the new
Mm.
methodology which we implement, which we use to implement SAP. And this activate methodology is different from the previous methodology. Yesterday, whatever I explained you is a SAP um, accelerate methodology, which is old for ECC modules. So now we implement SAP S/4HANA using this SAP Activate methodology. Here we have six phases: discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy. One second. Yeah, discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run. So discover, in this discover, this is something like you discover the value of the business. You define the scope. We will discover the value. The names are different, but what we do, the operations are same in ECC and S4 HANA. In the ASAP methodology and Activate methodology, the operations, business operations remain same with minute differences, but then overall the core concept is same. Okay, first of all, we discover the scope and value of the business. Then there's something called as is and to be. As is whatever the existing business of the client, that is called as is business. To be business is the business which we change that existing business process into SAP. So that we discover in this discover phase. And then in prepare phase, we prepare the project preparations. We do the project preparations like preparing the documentation, doing the sign offs, doing the kickoff meetings. Going forward, when we complete our all core topics, I'll explain you what is kickoff meeting. I'll explain you the complete background scenario of how a SAP project goes on. So in prepare phase, we will do the preparations for implementation of this project. In explore, we do fit to standard, which means all the standard functionalities first we do it. So SAP gives us something called best practices. So with using best practices and default templates from SAP S4 HANA, we do the standard functionalities first. So whatever functionalities which doesn't fit in the standard, we create a big gap analysis, and using those gap analysis documents, we will create the rest of the customization. So this is how it goes in explore phase. We do the testing, we do the real testing, and any other technical configurations, whatever technical whatever doesn't exist in the standard system, we do it in the realize phase. I mean, the real configuration comes in the realize phase, and we also do testing in realize phase. In deploy, we do cutover activities. I'll explain you what are cutover activities. This is very important in terms of interview, also in terms of if you're participating in an implementation project. Cutover activities are very important. You must know what we do in cutover activities. I have a complete document also at the end of the session. I mean, at end of the course, we will again come back to this implementation methodology, data migration. We will I mean, we will again discuss how we will deploy SAP S4 HANA solution. Also, what are cutover activities we will deploy. We will discuss. So after cutover activities, we will get the solution live. After the solution is live, there is something called run. In run phase, this is something like support phase. So we will operate. We will um, you know the legacy system is removed. Now their clients complete enterprise is running on SAP S4 HANA new solution. So we will monitor this the new solution. We will monitor the new operations. We will optimize the new operations, and in this phase we will get a lot of issues. We will get a lot of P1 and P2 issues. We will be solving those day to day P1 P2 issues. Slowly the system will get stabilized. Then after the system is stabilized, the project will move into support phase. This is the complete overview of SAP S4 HANA implementation. So if you want to go in detail, phase wise, these are the operation we will do. We will do the value assessment, trial system access. We will do the high scope. All this we will discuss after the Once we complete our core concepts, we will again come back to this. I'll explain you what these are. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about organizational units. So in an organization, let's say Dr. Reddy's, we will have different units like sales, purchase, production, HR management, HR, accounting, and quality management. All these are different units in an organization. So in one unit, especially in terms of material management or procurement, we have to create an enterprise structure which is a replication of the client's actual business, and we have to create those elements in the system. So okay, so first and foremost, uh, in SAP S4 HANA, in SAP MM, the business architecture starts from highest architecture, highest point, which is called client is the highest architecture. So here yesterday I forgot to mention you something. In S4 HANA or in SAP industry, we have something called landscape. Okay, so in landscape we have different environments. So first is the development environment, testing environment, whatever you're seeing now, right? Whatever I'm showing you, this is a testing environment. Okay, so this is a testing client. So all this has universal access. This is a testing client. So apart from testing client, we will have development client, where we will do the actual development. Technical and functional developments will be done in the actual development client. Once we do the development, we will move these configurations to another client, which is testing client, which is also called UAT or quality client. So here we do the quality testing. Whatever configuration we did in the development, we will test same configurations in the quality. Quality will have sample data in this server. In this client, we will have sample server. Sorry, in this client, we will have sample data, but in development, we don't have any data. Once we do testing in the quality client, we move the same changes to the production. Production is the actual data, whatever data these end users are posting. This is the live data which is contained, which is saved in the actual production server. Okay, so this is called production server. So in real time, we have three kinds of servers. Actually, all this data is saved in one server only, but these are the client is actually an instance, or a carbon copy of the actual production server. Development, quality, and production. So in development, we will do the development. In quality server or in quality client, we do the testing, and in production client, we actually post the real time data. So end users, whoever are working at the client side, they post real time data. So they post actual data, they post the feed, actual production feed into the production server. So the server it is not necessary that production server will be same. Big industries will have production server different. They will have quality server different and development server different. Small industries will have everything in one server. So whatever, even if it is a different server or same server, client is just a carbon copy of whatever you're doing in the production. So it is just if you understand DBMS, so this is a instance. It is a carbon copy of an instance. So client is a carbon copy, or it is an instance in your system. So let's say in one server, if we have three clients, so client 000 is the development client. Client 001 is a quality or testing client, and client 400 is a production client. So we move data from 000. First we do development in 000, then we test that data in 001, and then we move it to the 400. In 400 we cannot do any kind of changes because it is a production server. We only feed data into production server, and then we retrieve information from the production server. All kind of changes, testing, everything will be done in the quality and development servers or development clients. So this is introduction of client. Client is the highest hierarchy of the business organization of the or the business unit. So when we come to the um, enterprise structure, beneath the client we will have a company. Company is the highest organization, or it is a kind of a group of companies. So if you take an example of Reliance Industries, Reliance is a group. Under Reliance group we will have different segmentations. Okay, so we have Reliance Retail, we have Reliance Oil and Gas, Reliance Telecom, we have Reliance Fashion, footwear, Reliance Electronics. All these are different segmentations of business, right? So all those businesses represent a company code. This company code is a legal entity, or this company code will have its own business reports. It will have its own financial profit and loss reports. So company code represents a legal entity, and company is a legal. I mean, company code is a group of companies. Under company, we will have company codes. For example, if Dr. Reddy's, in Dr. Reddy's, we have three business lines. Each business line will be segmented or will be bifurcated into a company code. So Dr. Reddy's pharmaceutical, Dr. Reddy's hospitals, Dr. Reddy's FMCG, like this, every business line and every individual business line will be created as a company code, and this company code will have its own profit and loss. I mean, any financial statements, any sales statements, procurement statement, everything will be different. Okay? It's just a individual company which is under a parent company called company. Okay, so this is the difference between company and company code. So we will create a company. Under company we will create a company code. Under company code we will create a plant. Plant is the plant where we do manufacturing. In terms of it is a manufacturing plant. In terms of distribution, it is a delivering plant. Plant refers to a place where we deliver goods or we receive goods in SD. In terms of plant is a place where we receive goods and we manufacture goods. So for us it is a manufacturing plant. So we have to create an organization structure like this: company code, plant. Under plant we will have storage locations. Storage locations, again we have three types of different storage locations: raw material storage location, semi finished goods, and finished goods storage location. Raw material, if you're creating or if you're manufacturing you're manufacturing cars. So automobile industries, they don't manufacture everything from the scratch. They manufacture the outer part, they manufacture the engine part, they do the interiors part. Rest of the other parts like tires, all the electronics and inside communication kits, everything will be outsourced. So some of the items will be semi finished goods, which means they are already manufactured somewhere and then they come to our plant, and then they we fit it to the um, fitted to our material to make it a finished goods. Some are subcontracted materials, which means they are different. I mean, they get manufactured somewhere else. So we buy those materials for X price, and then we fit it, and then we include that whatever price we paid to the vendor, we include that price X plus our profit, X plus Y, and then we include it in the final price. So those are called subcontracted material. So we include all these raw materials, semi-finished goods, and then subcontract materials, and then we make car and then we sell it to the customer. And when the customer buys, the final price includes everything: our profit plus manufacturing cost plus vendors cost plus labor charges, everything it will include. So the cost is actually decided by the FI consultants. So this is how it goes. So in storage location, in a typical plant environment, we have three types of storage locations. All the raw material will be stored in one storage location. Semi finished goods like tires and other parts like steering tires, the alloy wheels, and any other externally manufactured material will be stored in one storage location. All the outsourced material, like the stereo part and the interiors of the car, they will be outsourced. I mean, they will be stored in one storage location. And once the material is manufactured, assembled, and manufactured, the finished final product will be stored in one storage location. So this is how storage location goes. Again, when the material moves out of the plant, we will have warehouses. So there, you know about Amazon, right? So we will have ghost warehouses or ghost storages everywhere. So Blinkit, Amazon, and then other e-commerce applications. Apart from the manufacturing plant, they also have external storage locations. So anything which is going out of the plant and being saved out for the customer convenience, that is called a warehouse. So we can maintain different warehouses, and under warehouses again we have storage locations, and under storage locations we have shelves. Every shelf will have its own code. So that all comes under EWM, which is called external warehouse management. So we as consultant, we will maintain our enterprise structure, company code, purchase organization, plant, storage location, warehouse, and shipping point. In some scenarios, we have to maintain shipping point. In some scenarios, we will not maintain shipping points. So this is the enterprise structure what we will be creating. So if you want to go by the definition of what the enterprise elements be like, company refers to a company is nothing but it is a client to whom we are going to implement SAP. It represents a corporate group, or it is the highest organization unit in the enterprise structure. As you can see, the complete business flow starts from the company. Okay, so company is the highest organization unit in an enterprise structure. So company code is nothing but it is an independent organization unit that represents a subsidiary of a company. So it has its own set of database, it has its own set of reports, and this is an individual company which falls under parent company. So if you see, you can have many examples. So there will be a group of company, under group of company you will have many subsidiaries companies, right? So a company code is nothing but a subsidiary company which falls under a group of company. If a company doesn't have subsidiaries, then we will create a company, and under that we will create a company code. Both will be same. So under company code, we will create a plant. Plant WERK. I will tell you about what is this. This WERK is a table name for the plant. I will explain you what is table and what is field later. You know, later in the later slides. So for now, plant for company is the highest hierarchy. Under this company codes, under company code, you will have a plant. So plant is a central organizational unit in material management. It can represent a manufacturing facility, a warehouse, a distribution center, or even a regional office. Okay, so what is the significance of plant? Plant acts as an inventory. Okay, so you can manage inventory under plant. So under plant again we create warehouses. Under warehouses again we create storage locations and all. So this is the importance of a plant, and a plant must be assigned to exactly one company. You cannot create or you cannot assign one plant to two different company codes. I'll explain you what is assign and definition in the going forward slides. So for now, you remember that plant is a one-to-one relationship. Company to company code is a one-to-many relationship. And then we have something called purchase organization. Our MM business process starts from the purchase organization. So, purchase organization is a unit responsible for procuring materials and services and negotiating terms of sales with vendors. It is the legal entity for purchasing. Also, this is the highest hierarchy for for a material management consultant. Our material management business process starts from purchasing organization. So under purchasing organization, we will have purchasing group. So purchasing group represents a buyer or a group of buyers responsible for day to day procurement activities. Unlike other elements, it is not linked to a hierarchy of plans or company codes. It is mostly for reporting or a contact point of vendors. So we usually use this purchasing group for reporting purpose. Okay, you also have an example here, so that you can refer. I already told you what is a plant. Plant is an individual organizational element. Storage location is nothing but a subdivision of a plant. Under a plant, we will have storage locations, and in storage location, we store different kind of materials like raw materials, semi-finished goods, finished goods, subcontracting materials. All these we will bifurcate all the material we get in a plant, and then we will store it accordingly. So that is nothing but storage location. Shipping point is a receiving or a departure point. So if you take an example of a restaurant, or in a restaurant you will have a dining space different, in a different place, and takeaway is in a different place. So takeaway is nothing but you receive orders there, also you send orders from there. So shipping point is something like that. We load and unload material, we receive material, also we dispense material from that point. It is the starting point for the transit or the transportation. Also for transport management, this is the highest hierarchy or the highest business point, highest organizational point. From shipping point, the transportation business starts. There will be a different um, enterprise structure for transport management, and that starts with shipping point. Right from shipping point, the material goes to the customer, and it doesn't directly go to the customer. It will have different stages. It will have transportation point, it will have transportation planning point, it will have routes. All this falls under SAP SD. It doesn't fall under MM. So shipping point enables the logistics business model. And then this is also the highest hierarchy. Also, as a MM consultant, we will be creating shipping points. Okay, so now that you understand what is an enterprise structure, we will see how the process of MM goes. So you
Okay,
create.
I have some doubts
Yeah, yeah, please tell me.
that com- that company having different clients, one company,
Yeah.
one company having different clients, but that company not having different plan company codes, right?
No, no, no. Client is the highest hierarchy. A client, under client we will have company. Under company we
Hmm.
will have company codes. Okay, you forget
Means
about
one
client.
company means
Yeah,
what a client, one client having different company, or only one company, one client.
it depends on their organization. If your company doesn't have any branches, they don't have
Hmm.
different business models or business lines, then you will create
Hmm.
one company and company code. If you're
Okay.
creating or if you're implementing SAP for a large organization like Reliance, then we will create a company called Reliance Group. Under Reliance Group, we will create Reliance Digital, Reliance Footwear, Reliance Oil and Gas, Reliance Telecommunication. Like that, we will create different company codes, and each company code will represent its own. It's a legal formation or a legal entity. Okay, now we will see this enterprise structure in the actual SAP system. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yesterday, I've given you a walkthrough of what is SAP S4, how an SAP S4 HANA looks like. So here, if you can see, this is a client. This is the SAP logon window. In SAP logon window, we will have four options: client, user, password, and login, logon language. So here, right now, this is a demo system. So we only have 900 client. In your real time environment, you will have different clients. One client is a development client. Another one client can be a testing or a quality client. Another one will be a production or pre-production client and production client. Like that, we will have different environments. Okay, so now I have entered into the SAP actual main menu. So this is the actual SAP Easy Access screen. In SAP Easy Access screen, this is the main menu where the end users will access SAP MM module or ST module or whatever module they want. So in order to create or in order to an end user to access this screen, we have to do certain background um, configurations. So we will go to SPRO screen. This is the T code SPRO. SPRO refers to SAP Project Reference Objects. Okay, when you click on object, I'm sorry, when you click on the enter, you will have the screen SAP reference IMG. IMG refers to implementation guide, SAP reference implementation guide. So we have to do implementation in the screen. After we do implementation in the screen, a client or an end user can be uh, using SAP to its fullest extent. So here, to create an enterprise structure, you can see enterprise structure here, right? To create an enterprise structure, we will go to enterprise structure, expand this. Here we have two options. One is the definition. So here, whatever elements you see here: company, company code, client, company code, purchase organization, plant, storage location, warehouse, shipping point, all these elements we have to create in the definition here. Then we will have to assign those definitions to one and each other to create a bond. So if you see in this picture again, company box is company box, company code box is company board code box. So this link, whatever you see, this arrow is there, right? You can treat this company box as a definition and this arrow as a assignment. So you're creating a company, you are assigning this company to company code, you are assigning this company to company code to plant, also you're assigning this plant to storage location, and you're assigning the storage location to warehouse, like this. So this is how we maintain an enterprise structure. This is how we create a blueprint, business blueprint first, then we do the basic configurations, then we create the documentations in SAP, be it MM, be it MSD or whatever module it is. This is the basic structure. So first we'll go with creating a definition. In definition, under financial accounting, we will define a company first. So you're working in which industry?
I'm working in tire industry.
Which one? Fire.
Tire industry. Tire.
Tire, tire industry. So we will create a company, something called tire. Let's say JK Tires. Okay. So this is a four digits alphanumeric code. Let's say JK01, and then we will do something like JK Tires Ltd. This is the company. You can also create another shortcut for this company. This is the company address. I will randomly enter something. I recommend you to create your own company uh, when you're practicing, and you can enter whatever company details you want. PO box is mandatory, so I'm entering post office box and then postal code 3456. City I'm entering as Hyderabad. Country or region I'm entering as India. Language is Ian. In here we have different languages, almost all the languages, 44 kind of languages we have. Normally we select Ian based on your client's requirement, whatever language you want, you can select. I am selecting INR as my base currency, and then you have to click on save. Here, this is called customizing request. We will be doing this for every configuration. um, for now you treat, I mean, I'll explain you this every time, I mean, next in the going forward classes I'll explain you what this is. For now you understand this as whatever you're doing, whatever configuration you're doing in the server, we will create a different customizing request in the system, and then this will generate a unique um, unique number. Here you can see T36K90 130 1395, right? So likewise, every configuration you do, you will click on save. System will generate this. The system will give a prompt for creating a customizing request. We will create a unique configuration, or we will create a unique number for that configuration. And then when we move this configuration to one server to another server, or one client to another server, one client to another client, it will be useful. I'll explain you about this customizing request again. What is your name?
Kiran.
So I am naming this as enterprise structure. This has a limit. You can maximum enter description up to 40 letters. So every time you create a configuration, you have to name it something with a unique name, so that you can identify that. I will explain you what is why we do this tomorrow. Um, 1 second, the system got stuck. Okay, we saved this, right? So you saved this customizing request, right? So if you want to see this customizing request, you have to go to /OSC09. Here you can click on display, and then you can see in this server, or in this user, we have two kinds of customizing requests. This customizing request T36K90 1487 refers to our customizing request. So whatever configuration you do here, it will be saved. You can see this as IMG activity defined company. So further, when we create more, like when we create a company code, when we assign elements to it, all that chain chain of activities can be viewed here in this SC09. This is called transport organization. So whatever configuration you do in this client, let's say our client is 900, now you have to change these configurations or move these configurations to client 800, which is a production client. Then we will simply give this number, this customizing number, to the basis consultant, and the basis consultant will they will move the changes to the other server or the other client. So this is how it is. 1 second. So we are going through this organization structure right now. Company code, plant, storage location, purchase organization. We have created a company called JK01, right? Now we will create company code. I will share this to you. What is your email ID?
Kiran JS80 @gmail.com.
Kiran.
JES.
Okay, I will download this. Oh no, not this. Yeah, extracted. Anyone can access this link. Okay. Anyway, I'll post this link in the chat. So here you can find the configurations whatever we are making. We have created a company now. So for creating a company code, there's a different architecture. I mean, different approach. I will tell you what is that. So go back. So here, creating a company, we have to copy from one different company. I already have one company created. Okay, so I'm copying from that company. In real-time environment, 1000 is the standard company code which will be given by SAP S4 HANA. Here, this is a test server, so they have changed it to company code, something like this. But in your real-time server, you will see the name of this company as SAP Germany SE, like this. You can see something like this: SAP Germany SE, Waldorf SCT, and currency will be EUR. This is a demo server, so they saved it with 0001. But in your real-time server, it will be with 1000. I already have a demo company with me, so I'm copying from that company that starts with L. So this is the company. NT0. Okay, this is the company I'm copying from, and our company is JK, right? JK Tires. So I'm creating something like JK01. So here you have to click on No. Company code controlling areas and No. Okay, sorry. You have to click on Yes. You have to click on Yes. You will have transport requests that you can cancel. Transport number, ranges, and address. Yeah, this you can cancel.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm copying a company. Transport intervals you don't have to copy because we will create our own transport intervals. Okay, you will have a message like this: copy company code so and so, copied to whatever company code you have created to. So this company code will be a 4 digits alphanumeric code. It is not necessary that you have to create with the alphabets or with numbers only. You can maintain alphabets also, and up to 6 digits you can maintain this company code. So now we have created a company code. You have to go back and change this company code again. So click on JK01. Now we have to change this information. Ours is JK Tires, right? Ltd. Click on save. Click on save. Oh, you already have transportation. So if you can see here in the transport organization, we have created a company and we have created a company code, right? So here you can see IMG activity defined company, IMG activity defined company code. So every time you do a configuration, you have to create your own specific customization request so that it will be easy to transport to the other client in real time. Also in practice, when you're creating when for each configuration, when you're creating your own new customization, unique customization request, you can identify the steps what you have done. So for that purpose we create customizing requests. So now that we created a company and company code, now we will define company code. Create control area is not defined by us, it is not required. We will directly go to logistics part. Okay, under logistics we will create, we will define a plant. I already have a plant, so I am copying that plant, but you can create your own plant. You can just click on new entries and give the plant details. You can copy that plant. Okay, so click on, if you click on copy as, you can copy that plant and create. I am creating my own plant, JK02 results found. I am naming it as plant 1 because in future we will be creating more plants for certain business purposes. County code, we don't have county code. I'm not entering anything. If you click on enter, now this is where we enter the actual business plant details. Okay, so I have copied JK2. This is the company code. Sorry, this is the plant I have created. What is the company code I have created? I think it's JK2. You have to click on save. I'll give you a document with all these parts. You can refer to this later and then create. So in logistics general, we have created a company and company code in financial accounting. Now we have created a plant in logistics general. Next, we have to create storage locations. I'll tell you the reason why we are company selecting company. Mr. Mrs. and Mr. Mrs. and Mrs. there. For this, there is a reason. I'll tell you that later. So I've created location also. So these configurations I'm doing as per my location. You can do these configurations as per wherever, uh, where whichever state you are. Next, we will go to material management. We have to create purchasing organization. Purchasing organization, as by definition, this is the highest organization or highest hierarchy or the business starting business point for the MM consultants. So here we will click on new entries, and then purchasing organization is again a 4 digits alphanumeric code. You can enter something like JK03. We don't have this. We will create JK tires PO. I'm creating like this purchase organization JK tires PO. Okay. So JK03 is the purchasing organization I've created. You can whatever I'm creating now, you can create plant JK. What is the plant? JK02. So here you will have to click new entries. We already have one location. Okay, that location is plant location. This is storage location. This is for raw material. This is for semi-finished goods. This is for finished goods. We have created three storage locations. Okay, we have purchasing organization and storage location. Now we have to go to warehouse. Warehouse, I'll tell you tomorrow. I mean, next. Right now, we don't need warehouse. Let's go to the PPT. We have company code, purchasing organization, plant, storage location. This is what we need. So we have created warehouse. So I'll tell you why I'm not creating warehouse. So if you create warehouse in advance, so this extended warehouse management module will be get activated. So we don't want that to get activated. So I'll tell you when to create warehouse. Once we come to that point, then then we will create a warehouse, and then we will do all that warehouse management customization later. So for now, I've done the definition part. Now we will do the assignment part. So go to financial accounting, company code to company we have to assign. Click on position or company code. You can refer to the reason why I'm maintaining Excel, because we will forget all the configurations. Oh, you need company code, right? JK02 is the company code what we created. So you have to assign this company to the company code. Oh, JK01 is what we created. Okay.